everybody. Go flex yourself. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Go flex yourself. Hey, everybody. Go flex yourself.
Hey, everybody. It's another episode of Go Flix Yourself. My name is Ben Conowitz, and with me, as always, is the Hootie Tootie Disco Cutie to my bullshit artist, Bradford Oman.
Hey, that's me. Hootie Tootie Disco Cutie.
Hootie Tootie
Disco Cutie.
This is a very special episode
Very
of Go Flix Yourself, the movie podcast.
Yes.
Nate Laux is our other co-host. He is not here.
Yeah, we had, and that's because we had a special request by a couple favorite guests of ours that they wanted to do something for a while. Nate wasn't available to do it today, so we decided to do it because this just worked with their schedule.
And let's be honest, this is an upgrade over Nate Laux.
Oh, sorry, Nate.
Oh, he won't listen. He doesn't listen to the episodes he's not on.
Well, he listens to the first 3 minutes, apparently.
Well, now he knows. Okay, well, shit. Can you edit this? Or?
Hey, who's here?
Sorry, Dan and Roni Skubal are here.
The Skubals.
The Skubals.
Hi.
Wow.
Happy to be here.
You guys have changed a lot. You've been doing a lot of NPR. Hi.
Before we get any further along, Mr. Bradford Oman, do we have a sponsor for today's show?
Oh, Ben, we have a sponsor that is going to light you up with spice and seasoning and just taste, pure taste.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
You used to work at Albano's Pizzeria.
I did.
Here in LaPorte, Indiana.
Did.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's your favorite pizza from Albano's, Ben?
The taco pizza.
The taco pizza.
You knew that, didn't you?
I did know that. You know who else?
A little weird, by the way.
You know who else is a taco pizza, Ben?
Who?
Casey's General Store. I don't know if you know this. Casey's General Store actually has delicious pizza. It is very good. Have you ever had Casey's pizza?
It's a gas station, so no.
But it's honestly, they have their own basically not exactly fast food restaurant, but they have like an actual proper thing inside where they cook pizza and sandwiches and that.
But then do you fill up your gas in your car about 20 feet away?
What? Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. They put the gas pumps right next to the fucking pizza oven.
It's right there.
They don't. It's inside, like every fucking convenience store.
Yeah, exactly. So you're eating convenience store pizza and telling me it's a fucking gourmet?
It's delicious. It's great pizza. It's just as good as a Domino's or Pizza Hut or wherever you get your fucking pizza.
Is it greasy?
It's let me tell you.
No.
Anyway,
no, both of you, stop it right now.
Casey's has pizza that's delicious, and now I
will try it.
They have turned their pizza into chips.
Cool.
Today I have taco pizza kettle potato chips from Casey's. We're gonna pass these around. Everyone's gonna have a little taste of these chipperoos.
Yeah, this is always my favorite thing when there's something very crunchy to eat into a microphone because our listeners, that's what they're here for.
Listen, baby, you gotta have a little
Hold
crunch.
on. Wait, guys. So my wife eats chips that every time, doesn't matter what the chip, makes it sound delicious. So
all right, guys.
a lot of pressure.
Here's a little crunch. Oh,
that's pretty good.
That sounds like a cartoon crunch.
She's good at it.
Yeah,
She's good at it.
That's some ASMR.
Oh, one more cartoon crunch.
I wasn't really concentrating on the face. All the crunch pressure. Hold on.
She good.
She good at crunching.
You see why I married that? That crunch sound.
Pass it over to old Benny boy.
Yeah,
Let
I
him
don't know how we're gonna
Hit
do
some
this.
gasoline. No, for real. I'm into it.
let him get his lion paws on them taco pizza chips.
Oh boy, here we go.
Reach your little panda paw in there.
I'm gonna see if I can do your
Good crunch.
Yeah, I've never tried
It's
really before.
about changing the volume of your mouth.
What does that mean?
You start big and go small.
Oh, I thought, okay, the volume.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll try it.
That's pretty good.
Pretty
good.
Ben's,
Okay.
It didn't sound quite as rich.
Ben's
as
in the
as
ring.
Ron.
Ben
Yeah.
is in the ring with
Ronnie's
me.
crunch sounded like it's on vinyl. Yours sounds like it's on cassette.
I do notice that she's way better at this than I am.
Mine's gonna be 8-track.
Oh,
Yours sounded like it was
Sexual.
like,
that sounded like
sexual.
that sounded like you
Out.
broke a toe.
yeah. It sounded like it was
Toenails.
like,
That honestly sounded like that potato chip
Like-
was hard for you to chew.
it sounded like
they are
the
kettle
Wi-Fi
chips.
was low. Like, it was like,
All right, guys. So what do you think? How do the taco pizza chips taste?
Like
I like
tacos.
it. There's
Like tacos?
Honestly, like tacos.
multi-dimensions. The aftertaste is a little cardboardy, but the moment that you're eating it is
gasoline.
I think that's just for me. I feel like that's all kettle chips. Like once you
Yeah.
get past the flavor, it's like, oh, these are still kind of tough chips.
But I
But
think it's that
Danny, you all right over there, buddy?
You know how the food scientists make it so it doesn't taste good after a little bit, so you want more? I think that's what's happening.
Oh, is that what they do? I thought they make
Yeah.
it taste better, so you want
I don't think
more.
it tastes like pizza or tacos.
Well, so taco pizza doesn't really taste like regular
just
pizza.
spicy chips.
To me it tastes like
Spicy chips.
I wish they had ridges.
to me it tastes like a little bit of salsa, a little bit of like taco seasoning, and like I think that's
Some
what
pepper.
they captured. Yeah,
A little bit of country.
'Cause it's hard
a
to
little bit of
capture
rock and roll.
Hard to capture the lettuce. Hard to capture the sour cream. You know.
Sure.
See,
So, question: what kind of dip would you use with
Sour
that?
cream.
yeah, probably,
okay.
probably sour
Yeah,
cream.
okay.
Yeah,
I guess.
or queso. Queso would be delicious. I would
But
love to dip some taco pizza in
Or
some queso.
cheese.
What about ranch? You know how people put ranch on pizza?
Mhm. I don't think. Well,
Oh, there's
actually,
no like marinara.
I think that would be
situation.
okay with taco pizza because sometimes you like ranch on
Like
burritos and chips and stuff like that.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Hey, you know what? You know
Oh,
what I really
sorry.
think
Wow.
these taco pizza chips could use? Some grease.
So why in the fuck are we talking about Grease and why am I retching over here already? Why don't you go and tell just before we talk trailers and the last movie we saw, tell the folks at home what's really going on.
Yeah, so I mean, this will tie into the last movie we saw, I think, because we literally just got done doing this. So Dan and Roni Skubal, I've been friends with them for a long time, and Ben's kind of friends with them. Here
What the hell?
And they a while ago they pitched this idea of wanting to watch this movie called The Greasy Strangler. And this is a movie that I only tangentially knew about. I just knew that it was an indie movie and it was weird, but I didn't know what it was about or anything like that. It came out years ago. I never followed up to like actually watch it or anything like that. And so they told me about it and they were like, "Oh my God, like we want to watch this with you for the podcast and then do an episode afterwards." And so we finally made it happen. And let me tell you,
Hold on, I don't want to talk even a little bit about the movie yet.
oh,
I want to do that when the last movie we saw.
well, that's what we're going into right now.
No, I want to do any other movies we've seen before that because I want to get into it and keep.
Oh,
going with that,
okay.
and then we'll go into trailers after
I
that.
hope the
Gotcha.
shtick is you just prolong it so we don't even talk about it through the entire episode.
I don't need to retch
He
again.
just keeps like almost gagging the whole time he keeps talking.
Bullshit artist.
Let's just not talk about it.
So, firstly and foremostly, there, Bradford. What's the other movie that you watched this week?
I've been traveling. I was in Colorado, as the listeners would know, because I recorded remotely last week. We had a late episode come along before the weekend, and so I didn't really have much time to watch anything because I was around like I don't know, like 4 dozen kids, and
Four
just,
dozen.
so yeah, I didn't have a lot of time. But I will, and Dan's gonna laugh at this because he's gonna think that I'm bringing this up just to spite him because I always like dig into him for not really liking this movie. But I watched Shaun of the Dead today because my Uncle Howard, who is like in his 70s, just recently watched the movie Paul for the first time, the sci-fi comedy with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, where they meet an alien voiced by Seth Rogen, who's a huge stoner. And so he was talking to me about watching it and how funny he thought it was. And I was like, "Oh, have you seen Shaun of the Dead?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, well, it has Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and it's hilarious and just a great movie." And so I introduced that to him today, and he liked it a lot.
Of course, you said your Uncle Howard, who is 70.
In his 70s.
In his 70s, because there are no Howards that have been born since 1940.
I don't know. One of my best friends in the whole world, and his wife is a #1 fan of this podcast, Becky Madison.
Oh yeah.
So
Howard,
then,
her
great.
husband
So I just shit the
Howard
bed.
was
Sorry.
born
Howard
in
Madison, yeah.
1984, Yep.
And he's a cool dude.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you call him Howie?
So our NIU crew called him Howie, but he was always Howard before that. So
I call him How.
yeah, do you?
No, I've never called him that.
I'm gonna call him Howie.
Okay.
Hi, Howie.
Yeah.
He'll listen, right?
It's Howie
He
Mandel.
will. He will.
Aw.
He will listen.
Aw.
Oh, I want to meet Howie because I don't know a young Howie.
But yeah, so I watched Shaun of the Dead, and Dan doesn't really like Shaun of the Dead very
Okay,
much.
I don't even know where to start with that. What?
I don't dislike it. I just don't laugh at it. I feel like the jokes just aren't my humor.
Okay. So, Ronnie, do you like
So
Shaun
we
of the Dead?
were kind of
I-
friends.
Dan,
now
Dan,
no
Dan,
friends.
we're
no
done.
friends.
We're
Shaun
done right
of the
now.
Dead is one of those movies that I've just like seen parts of, or I've like been in conversation. I've never sat down and just watched it, so I can't really give a clear
Have you seen
opinion on it.
seen Hot Fuzz or The
all
World's End?
those movies? It's the same situation.
Such
I've
a
been like
bummer.
multitasking, or I know I need to.
Do you? I don't know if I've ever asked you that before. Do you like Hot Fuzz or The World's End? Have you seen them?
I have seen both. They were okay.
Yeah.
It's all in the same camp. Like that style of humor is just like
yeah.
Hilarious and awesome.
So Dan doesn't like camping.
I don't like camping.
Apparently not, because they're all in the same camp. You
Okay.
don't want to go to
Oh,
it.
boy.
I wanna go
I don't like
camping.
that.
Yeah, I like s'mores.
Yeah.
I miss
like
Nate.
Grease.
Nate is
Grease.
glad to be away from you.
He probably is, and honestly, I'm so glad that he didn't have to watch this.
I
film.
feel like if he did watch this movie, he would have quit the podcast.
honestly, we're going to talk about it. Other than the Greasy Strangler, what movies have you seen lately, Mr. Dan?
Oh man.
Any?
I mean,
It's
we
been the
we
same
watched
for
the
both of
exact
us.
same movies.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
I mean, we've been. So what
Hold on,
was
wait,
it? The last.
Dan, do me a favor, make sure. Yeah, move the mic closer to your mouth. Yeah.
Okay. The other night we watched Dream. We were joking that we were going to start a podcast called "The Beginnings of Movies," starring Dan and Ronnie.
Because you guys always fall asleep.
Yeah,
20
because to give a backstory, we have a child who's about to turn 3 in May, and so we are very tired humans. But we still are going strong, trying to start movies here at like 9:15, and we just fall asleep.
What's the last movie you started?
Dreamscapes with Dennis Quaid. I don't think anyone's ever heard of that movie.
I don't even think I know what that is.
Do you think that maybe
So
you're
weird.
starting
It was
the
Captain.
wrong types of movies, and that's
Yeah,
why you're not
because we're
continuing
also-
to watch them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
who
then-
started
and then this sounds
Kenneth
like
Branagh's Henry V?
no, for real. This sounds like the
We
most
started
pretentious thing.
Amadeus.
We started watching Fritz Lang movies.
Oh my God!
At 9:15
It's all of his
at night?
silent films.
Yeah.
1918 is where the
Yeah,
Don't get me
They're-
wrong, Fritz Lang is a great filmmaker, but
freaking
those are
awesome.
not nighttime movies.
I know. They're late, and then yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to watch The Hangover, or I don't know? How about Fellini's 8.5? Let's start that at 9:15.
For real, that's like exactly because then the other day we watched Kingpin for the first time.
You never
And
seen
I
Kingpin?
laughed my ass.
There
I've
you
never
go.
seen it.
Oh, I love
and
that
I am
movie.
like
That was
a
a good one.
gigantic fan of that movie now. And
I would love to do edibles and watch 8.5. I've never done that.
Oh boy.
but yeah, so that was and then Dan fell asleep last night, and I was like, I haven't watched a Breakfast Club in a while, and I watched that, and as a high school teacher now, that movie is a little problematic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So-
But I do still think for the time in which it was made.
Oh,
it's,
for sure.
Yeah, it's
I
still
think
great.
I think
do
it
they,
like.
do they still have the jock and the nerd and the slut and the what
Yeah.
were the characters?
I mean, whatever. The
the nerd, the troublemaker,
rebel.
The rebel.
the rebel.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. The
The athlete,
Yeah.
the princess,
Uh huh.
the
Yeah.
brain.
the brain.
That's what
Yeah.
he says. It says
gotcha.
it when he's reading the letter. But yeah, it is obviously it has a lot of issues.
And it's funny because it wasn't really like about the bad like stereotypes and stuff. It was more about like these kids are so hurt and they are not being helped by their school.
Yeah.
That's what I
No
was thinking. I was like, there's not a
emotional
support system
yeah,
for any of these
exactly.
kids.
Yeah, Paul
So-
Gleason is just a righteous prick in that
Yeah,
movie.
and he just needs support, and so
You
that's
mess
all I
with
was
the
thinking the
bull,
whole time. I was like,
son.
oh my gosh,
You get the horns.
Mm-hmm.
right.
True.
So it wasn't a very like
Doesn't hold up
enjoyable
in that way.
experience watching it.
That's
for
fair.
me, but
Obviously, you went to bed, so she wanted to. She watched the breakfast. Have you seen anything that she has not seen, or have you all just? You are the one that starts the movies.
The only movie I've watched recently that she hasn't seen was All Quiet on the Western Front.
Again,
okay.
you're
She
just
wouldn't like it.
and that the new one, right?
Yeah,
What did you think?
it was a movie. I'm flabbergasted at how much attention it got.
Yeah, I think I watched it not too long ago either. I think I forgot to talk about it on the
You did.
podcast actually. It's
and by that I mean you forgot to talk about it.
it's a very competently made film, but
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
there's not really anything in it that makes it stand out from other war movies. I do think that the score is a different approach to that kind of movie.
The score is the only thing that really stuck
Yeah,
out to
like deceptively simple but very ominous. The performances are really good. It's shot very well, but it doesn't really feel like it brings anything new to the table to justify what was it like 10 Academy Award nominations or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yep.
But yeah, I agree with you there. But it is a perfectly fine war movie, you know.
Yep.
I just love it. It's like no, it's fine. It was up for 10 Academy Awards. What?
I want to say like usually when I say fine, it means whatever.
Yeah.
But like I mean this in the sense of like if you watch this movie, if you like war movies, you will definitely enjoy it and you'll be like, wow, that was great. But like if you think about it, like there's really nothing different in here than a Saving Private Ryan.
Not really gonna
or-
have the staying power of like, oh, I'm gonna. You know what I want to sit down and watch again is all
War
Quiet on the-
Horse.
on the
right,
West-
which is
War Horse.
which is 2.5 hours long, you know. So
Yeah.
but yeah.
well, one thing out of like all the Oscar movies, I'm probably on a tangent here. Is like Tar really stood out
yeah,
to
we
me. I
Love
freaking
Tar.
love that movie.
You haven't
was
seen it yet,
awesome.
have you been?
I have not.
Yeah.
Last year I saw all of the contenders for Best Picture. This year I saw almost none of them.
Really?
Wow. It was a busy
Yeah,
time of
yeah.
year.
So Top Gun Maverick.
I did see Top
So
Gun Maverick.
Everything Everywhere All at
Yep.
Once.
Yep. Brad introduced me to that.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Did you see Avatar?
No, haven't seen that still.
Okay.
It's on the list.
Oh, we actually
But
watched
it's also like
that
3
recently.
hours long, and I just don't have 3 hours.
It's fine.
Did you watch the first one or the new one?
The new one.
Did you like it?
I actually liked it more than I thought. It did look like a video game to me.
Yeah, I thought
but
Really?
the story was kind of
I thought it
interesting.
looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great video game.
Oh, except can I quote you, Dan? You're just like
I say.
when we were watching it, he's like, out of nowhere, we're just watching it. He's like, I just don't like looking at them.
Yeah. They're shitty designs. Like I think as characters, they're uninteresting designs.
And we were just laughing at like the army guys, how their avatars got their tattoos on them.
Well, not only that, but they have like obviously you have to have bigger like douchebag sunglasses,
Yeah,
like army
and
helmets, and
exactly,
stuff like
like,
that.
yeah.
They bring that
Uh-huh.
into the world with
Yeah,
them,
like they're
even though they
Oakleys.
definitely don't need sunglasses
Right.
because
Yeah.
it's a fucking avatar.
I know. Yeah.
No, because they're outside.
Yeah, but
No,
But they literally
their
talk-
avatars have sunglasses.
I
Like,
know, but like
But their new bodies
in the world
should
of
adapt.
Avatar-
yes.
yeah,
Their
thank you.
eyeballs should be able to adapt to the
the
sun
Na'vi don't
there.
have
Yeah.
sunglasses.
Right.
no, but they don't have sunglasses because they don't care.
And they literally talk about trying to blend in.
And then they've got like
and then
these,
you
like,
see them in
like
sunglasses. and
eagle.
So that does make
Yeah.
more sense than
Tattoos.
for the SNL skit that we saw
Oh.
that had.
That's that's why that was funny.
I didn't. Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
I
I
haven't
hadn't
even
seen the
seen
movie.
yeah, you didn't get it.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
What was the movie we watched where I called a bunch of buffalo assholes?
That was not even a movie. Like the other day, so
Wait a minute, a bunch of buffalo assholes.
yeah.
That wasn't even a movie.
I was having the best time ever because Dan was in kind of a grouchy mood and he was surfing through finding movies and he was just making like shitty, hilarious comments on everything and I was just being entertained as hell. And there were like all these buffalo like running on the plains and he's just like, look at these fucking assholes. I don't even remember what movie it was, but we were like, I really like buffalo.
Dusting up the field, motherfuckers.
Yeah, and I don't even know what
Go
movie that
graze
was.
somewhere else, buffalo.
Nice
Fucking
horns,
asshole.
And I was
idiot.
like, I don't even want to find a movie. Let's just keep doing
Just
this.
keep making
Yeah.
fun of these.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Nice.
Anything else? Did anybody else watch anything?
Did you watch anything?
I did. I watched Broken Lizard's Quasi.
Oh boy,
So
how fun for you!
I fell in love with Super Troopers when I was younger, and I've seen every Broken Lizard film since, just out of kind of respect
Slam and
for what-
Salmon,
I have. I've seen
Beer
Slam and
League,
Yeah.
Beer Fest.
Beer Fest.
Sorry.
Put some Club
Oh.
Dread.
Oh,
I love Club Dread. I really do like that movie. I think it's
Club
fun.
Dread better than Judge Dredd?
No. No, Judge Dredd's a good movie.
what about Dread?
Dread's an awesome movie.
Yeah, better than all of them.
Except
What
for
about
Super
Drop
Troopers.
Dread Fred?
Drop Dead
Fred.
Judge Dredd.
Drop Dead
Drop
Dread.
Dead Judge Dredd.
Fred.
That's what the sequel should be called. Drop Dead Dread.
Drop Dead Dread.
Okay, so
Yeah. So as
what is this movie?
so this is the story of Quasimodo. Based-
Quasimodo.
Hello, Moto. Hello, Quasimodo. This is the story of Quasimodo.
Now, who's Quasimodo? For those who don't know.
What?
The hunch-
Nobody doesn't know.
the Hunchback
He's a
of
real
Notre
humpy guy.
Dame.
Yes. Okay. Good. Glad to figure that out.
So yeah,
Thanks for clearing that up.
you know, they couldn't find a hunchbacked actor, so they did use, you know, one of the guys from the troupe in makeup.
He did hunch face.
He did hunch face. He really did.
Oh boy.
Wait, did they genuinely try to find?
No,
Okay, I was like, what is happening?
no.
We went on a nationwide search and we found nobody.
No humpbacks.
Zero
No
humps.
Quasimodos.
Zero.
So, as much as I respect Broken Lizard as a comedy troupe for bringing so much joy to my life with Super Troopers and Club Dread and Beer Fest, I have to say, I can't understand in what world that this was like made to try to be fun. It's not funny.
What do you mean? It looks like they're in like fun costumes and wigs.
I just don't.
and
They've really leaned into the stoner humor. So this is they released it on purpose on 420 on Hulu, and so you get high and you watch it. I'm sure it's pretty funny if you're high, if you're really fucked
Yeah.
up.
Now what's 420 been?
Marijuana holiday,
Oh,
and so I laughed.
celebrated
I
at
laughed
Notre Dame.
officially like twice out loud. And Bailey walked in and I was watching this movie. She took like, I don't know, 30 seconds 30 seconds of it in and then just went, just kind of walked away. The one joke that I thought was pretty funny because obviously Quasimodo is, you know, he's the hunchback and he rings the
can I
bell.
ask why you say Quasimodo?
Quasimodo.
It's like semi-moto.
Semi-moto.
Quasimodo.
I don't like the the Z just doesn't hit right for me. Quasimodo.
It's Quasimodo.
I don't know. It just sounds weird to it.
Quasimodo makes it sound like he's half moto.
He is.
Or almost moto.
That would be the better movie.
He's semi-mobile. Moto.
Jesus.
if he was half robot.
Ooh.
Quasimotor.
Ooh.
Now I'm writing that movie. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Quasimodo.
Oh man, they should make like a horror sci-fi movie, Quasimodo, where like Disney makes like an animatronic Quasimodo and it just starts fucking killing people.
It's Cocaine Bear.
It's like Iron Giant, but
Back in the before times, I was a hunchback. I lost it all.
It's Sam Elliott, apparently.
Jesus.
Now the people, the Disney Imagineers, have given me robot legs and a robot hump.
You always end up doing the robot voices when we do podcasts.
It's very true. Join me this summer for Quasimotor.
Wow, this robot loves Marlboro cigarettes.
They're smooth draws. Anyway, back to the show.
All right, so
so the one joke that I did like was Quasimodo has to hide out in a cave because he's whatever. So he's got to hide. So his buddy's supposed to come bring him provisions, and his buddy comes in and he goes, "Hey, I'll bring you food." And so Quasimodo's like, "Okay, I could bring you a bell." "I don't need a bell. I can bring you a bell. Let me bring you a bell." "Okay, bring me a bell." "Oh, good. I'll bring you a bell. You can't ring it though." And for some reason, just the idea that he was like a puppy, like, "I'll bring you a toy, but you can't play with it." It really hit me. That was the only funny joke in the entire thing. Because Quasimodo loves ringing bells. So he's going to bring him a bell, but he can't ring it. Funny. That was the only... Yeah, exactly. And I was struggling to find anything else that was even quasi-humorous.
It was worth it.
All right, there we go. So let's talk Greasy Strangler.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. This movie is almost indescribable. It is labeled a horror comedy or a comedy horror. It's made in 2016 by, honestly, no one you would have heard of.
It was in premiered at the Sundance Film Festival.
It is 96 minutes long. It is it's weird as fuck.
the only big name, Elijah Wood, was the executive producer.
And so was Ben Wheatley, who has done some dark comedies, basically dark action comedies, and that kind of thing.
The plot of this movie is there's a father and son that live together, and the father is a serial killer, and the son slowly finds out that he's a serial killer. They also start dating the same woman, and a lot of murders happen, things like that. If I say it like that,
You make it sound so dramatic.
It sounds like a
sounds like an intense
great.
thriller.
right. It sounds like it sounds like a movie that what's going on? That is not the movie though.
No, this movie.
It's a facade.
This movie is like if Napoleon Dynamite and Tim and Eric, Awesome Show, Great Job, and John Waters had a really greasy, fucked up baby.
And then they dipped it in more grease.
Yeah, it is just, it is so weird and just depraved and gross and
so gross.
odd and just,
but also brilliant.
it's just really, yeah, and
so good.
And because it's like they actually took the time to like shoot it in a visually interesting way, and like they
made real choices.
Yeah, the production design.
crazy.
The production design is so good. Like the house feels so gross, and like the locations are so weird. The wardrobe that everybody wears is just
when
so
they're wearing
very
a
thin
wardrobe.
wardrobe.
Yes, that's true.
So
much nudity.
Full frontal male and female nudity.
So many merkins.
Sexualized nudity I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And for the listeners with kids in the car or something, maybe you want to turn off this next part for a couple minutes, but wait for it. There's so much talk about cum.
Oh my god.
There's so much thick ropes of cum talk and just weird.
All about the ropes.
Oh,
And just
All the characters
giant
say things in
people.
I'm the
weirdest
Spider-Man of Cocktown.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's like casual nudity. They're literally
Standing
standing in
and
their
talking.
kitchen, and just it's so gross.
And it's like the most like weird looking like prosthetic penis that I've ever seen.
It looks like a
Big
rotten
mouse head.
carrot.
yeah, like the smallest and largest, grossest
Or like a-
penises.
like a piece of pizza folded in half and rolled around a hot dog.
yeah.
Accurate.
It was gross.
And they also there's so much goop in this movie too, because
So
like
the crazy part of this movie is that yes, I was being accurate about I was not being a bullshit artist about the fact that there are a father and son that live together and the father is the serial killer, but it's a monster that is made of basically coated in
he
grease.
covers himself in a bunch of grease.
and we're talking like caked on
drippy.
ridiculous, like
Yeah.
leaving like piles of cottage cheese looking grease everywhere he goes.
So much
And
goop.
fingernails.
And
so much goop. It's just lots and lots of goop.
And it like gives him super strength.
yeah, so he kills people in the most comical way.
Yeah.
Eyes pop out and he eats them.
Faces
I mean,
cave in.
faces cave in.
Yeah.
There's just, and it was like if I was telling them, I think it's like if the room was made on purpose. Like the style of acting is these are not professional actors being told to act. It's like just regular people saying that have never taken an acting class. It's like, hey, try to say this line. It's like, yeah, Dad, I don't like that very much. The whole style is like that, but it's on purpose.
Yeah.
Right. And the subtext has so much substance to it. It's
Yeah.
like
And I mean,
it still works.
It does.
It's so weird.
the backstory is Dan and I actually just stumbled on it, surfing through trying to find something to watch. And the preview or the trailer started, and Dan stopped it at about 5-10 seconds in.
The
And-
line that got me was, "I forbid you to marry her."
Yeah, I
It's just,
forbid
like,
you to marry.
So
And
bizarre.
He turned it off, and I was intrigued. And I thought he was just like, we're not watching this. But then he suddenly started it, and I was like, yes, what is this? And it was just the most off the wall, bonkers thing I've ever.
Disgusting.
So gross.
Disgusting, like unexpected. I think that's the thing. is
Jarring.
Yeah.
Unsettling.
We watched
Unsettling.
so
but it
many
left
movies.
us wanting to tell the world about it, but
Yeah.
also ashamed to tell anyone about it.
Because we are like, there was life before the Greasy Strangler, and there's life after the Greasy Strangler.
Yeah, because I feel like this is undoubtedly the weirdest movie I have ever seen.
Really?
I've seen
Yeah.
weirder movies, but not been engrossed by them.
Yeah.
This I've
This had
seen
a lot
it
of
multiple
gross.
times.
This had so much gross.
I did research after we watched it. Like I was like, what
Ron-
do other people?
Ronnie's wearing a Greasy Strangler t-shirt.
Oh, we
I'm
both-
So is Dan.
I have a
so-
black
I'm sorry.
version
Yeah.
of what she's wearing.
Yes.
So
the fan club.
I just wanted to know what everyone else thought about it. Like, are we crazy because we enjoy
Yeah,
it?
so he looked up online and
there was a YouTuber who did an entire like academic breakdown of the movie, and her interpretation was that it was about toxic masculinity, and that it was like alpha and beta males competing, and so anyone who got like the big signifier next to their name was an alpha, and it was like a form of respect calling them Big Ronnie, Big Paul.
Everybody
whatever.
in the movie, a lot of people in the
I
movie were
don't
just
know.
referred to as Big Jim, Big Paul,
Yeah.
Big Ronnie.
But then the son is the beta male, and just like it's,
Braden.
It's
His name is
hidden-
Braden.
Braden,
Right.
yeah.
id and ego like playing with each other, and I don't know. I don't know how accurate that is or what the intention was originally,
But
but
you've
I was
got-
like,
you-
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and you've got to watch the behind the scenes because watching the interviews with these actors, they were all in the way that they believed in these characters. Like the woman who played Janet, she was like, she just wants it all. Is talking about how she just
Deep
wants
character.
to manipulate them, and she's just loving the attention. Like the way that they really bring these backstories, they took it so seriously,
And that's
and they
why it
got
works.
it.
That's
you
why
know?
it works.
Yeah.
And it's just you can't predict what's going to happen
No,
next in this film, and
Not
it's
at all.
just so bananas, and I just love it.
I just don't. Again, I don't know how to describe it other than like I was grossed out, but I couldn't take my eyes off it, and I laughed out loud hard, and then retched once.
But it
real.
took an hour
Yeah.
and 15 minutes for you to
It
retch.
was because there's a.
There were way
Yeah.
grosser things that happened before that. I don't know
Yeah,
how that set
there
you
were
off.
way grosser
I
things.
know,
there's-
but the fingernail scene was just so
Yeah.
it's just so weird.
And there's parts where you just want to implode. It's just
Yeah.
it's like, oh
Yeah.
god.
As an editor, I think I appreciate it on that level as well, just because the control of pacing and repeat gags,
Yeah.
like pushing it a couple notches past funny, where you get burn out on it and then it's funny again.
Right. It's
And,
a
like,
very
it's just-
Letterman way of doing things.
Yeah.
But it's so controlled.
Yeah.
It's so goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And-
there's scenes where just the father and the son call each other bullshit artists.
Over and
They're
over.
calling each other out on something like you lied to me. It's bullshit artist.
yeah.
Bullshit artist, and they just go back and forth like that for a good minute straight.
Yeah.
And
it's
you're like, what am I watching?
And it's one of those things where you've heard someone be like, "You're a bullshit artist," and when we watched this, I kept questioning, like, do people really say that? Like, I forgot because it like lost meaning after a while.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's the same word over and over
Yeah,
again.
I was just like, what? And we, I keep recommending this movie to people, and people keep watching it and
We've lost a
texting
lot of
me,
friends.
and they're like, I can't take your opinion to heart anymore.
Brad and I
again.
a few times during the movie were like, "What the fuck, Skubals?" We never paused it, not once, but
Yeah.
we definitely had questions.
I know. And on our way here, I was like, we might be losing 2 friends, Dan. This is a huge risk we're taking, and I'm willing to take it. But
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just talk real quick. Let's just get back to the nudity. The nudity.
Nudity.
There's so
Quasi-
quasi nudity. I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm doing today. The full frontal and so she does remember Ace Ventura when he talked out of his ass?
yeah,
So she does that,
But with her
naked,
bare ass.
with
Yeah.
her actual bare ass in
Yeah.
this film.
it
You
is.
see
It is
angles.
an ass model. It's like a
Well, sure.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, it's a fake person.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
That's a real ass though.
yeah, and it's so.
It's so.
Oh wait, so you found out that
disturbing.
she didn't actually do that
Yeah,
part?
and she I think in the interview she said something where she didn't. They saw each other on set and just looked at each other and they didn't want to talk to each other because it's like, oh, you're my fake ass lady. I
Yeah.
don't. They just were like, sup. And-
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, and then both the dudes have to wear prosthetic penises because the guy that plays the father, Ronnie.
It's like to his knees.
That guy's name
Yeah.
is Michael St. Michael.
Yeah, and it
Yeah, of course
sounds
it
like
is.
a
That's
porn
an
star
awesome
name.
He was a hairdresser and turned actor.
Wow. But yeah, he's got a penis that basically goes down to his knees and blows in the wind when he's going through the dryers of a car wash every single time.
Yeah, so he has to go through the car wash to get the grease off of him because that's how much grease is on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And there's a blind car wash operator that goes,
It's his best friend.
"Hey, Big Ronnie, is that you again?"
Yeah.
Go disco dancing.
And then the money that they do in this movie, they hand him a $10 bill and it's hand drawn.
Oh yeah.
But everybody in the film in this universe accepts this money.
Currency.
Yeah.
So the hot dog vendor got 3 poorly drawn dollar bills, and the car wash guy gets a
I
10.
didn't even notice that. I
Yeah.
thought that he was taking advantage of him because he was blind.
Yeah, I didn't
I
notice
think
that
that
was
was
fake.
it's like a twofold gag.
Yeah,
where
the
Okay.
the hot dog guy got 3 fake dollars.
I didn't even
Yeah.
realize the hot dog guy got
Yeah.
fake money.
And
Yeah.
so
Okay,
then
that's
in
even
that
better.
moment, I go, wait, no, he's not fucking with because again, we all thought that.
Yeah.
Because the guy's
Funny.
blind. But now I'm like, no, this is just the universe.
the money.
so brilliant.
Yeah,
So
but
good.
then Brad was about to say that then Braden's
yeah.
penis is like the top
It's a micro
digit of your
penis.
pinky. It's like the
Yeah.
And he
smallest-
full on masturbates it
Yeah.
to completion, full frontal in a scene
so
of
red.
phone sex.
It's so
It's so
red.
red all the time.
Am I doing it right?
Am I doing it right,
Janet,
Janet?
am I
Janet,
doing
am I
it
doing
right?
it right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, Bailey's gonna hear that the next time we make love.
Oh no.
She's gonna say, "Am I doing it right,
Am I
Bailey?
doing it right?
Bailey, am I doing it right?"
Oh my god.
She'll say no.
Yeah, this is Nate. If you were listening, just
not.
be thankful.
Yeah, buddy.
Just be thankful.
Log into your Amazon Prime account right now. And
Yeah.
watch it.
I wonder if we should assign it to him sometime.
No. I don't want to lose that friend.
No, but we've just had one other friend, Dan's coworker, Kevin, and his wife watched
They're
it,
all
and
in.
they are all in, and so
We
it's
quote
been
it all the
fun.
time.
Yeah, but
It is infinitely quotable.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are some real sound bites here that I will be
Uh-huh.
using for a long time.
But I've had some
long
coworkers that one made it all the way through, and he was just livid texting me, just so mad that I made him watch it. And then one of my friends at work, he got a half hour in, and he was just like, "Nope,
Not for me.
Yeah. So I was like, "All right."
And just the look of the guy that plays Ronnie is just so weird and unique because
He's like the male version of Tanning Mom.
yeah. And sometimes he looks like a little bit like Jack Nicholson, and then other times he looks like Cheech Marin, and
Yeah.
it's just so
Again, though, the lines that he says, he talks to Janet, and they're on some bench, and he says something along the lines of, "Do you want to kiss my soft cherry red lips?"
Yeah, he's such a narcissist.
It's a command. It's not a question.
Sorry, yeah.
Kiss my-
kiss my
my
soft
chat.
cherry red lips.
Juicy
Juicy cherry red lips.
And he talks
Yeah.
about having creamy cocktails.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
There's
liquid
so many
sex.
so many
It's liquid-
cows
Yeah.
gave their milk for these creamy cocktails. You better believe it. What? What does that mean?
$15 cocktails.
Oh my
I mean, again, so quotable.
he's such
so,
a bullshit.
Are you going to be a
artist.
smoothie? I know you're
Yeah.
a smoothie with the ladies.
Come
Don't be a
on,
smoothie
Dad.
with Janet.
And he's always shit scared.
I'm shit
I'm
scared.
shit scared.
And then he goes to Janet, the son who's in love with Janet, and talking about his father, be honest. Was he a smoothie with you? That's in this world. Everybody knows what a smoothie is.
Smoothie.
Because I'd be like, what the fuck are you? What's a smoothie?
I do have to say, jumping ahead to the end, I still don't understand the whole scene. And maybe you guys can say what you interpret when the guys are shooting their Braden and Ronnie execution style, and then the like crap shoots out of their
They've
head.
like totally separated as
Like their old personalities are gone forever.
Right.
Like they are completely the Greasy Stranglers then.
Right.
So
Okay, yeah,
was that
makes
just
sense.
like
You know
psychological?
what?
There's the
I'm
moment
gonna
with-
buy it, Dan. I'm buying what you're selling, buddy.
There's
Okay.
the moment with Big Ronnie in the mirror right before
when
like,
he's
the
being
full
Jody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, one half of the mirror is talking and the other half isn't.
Yeah.
Like that's that separation happening, and then once Braden converts and becomes a
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
The son also becomes Greasy Strangler 2, more grease.
And it's like endearing that they find this connection in their relationship.
But there's definitely like Swiss Army Man vibes in this as well. Where
Yeah,
it's
that's
just,
a good point. Yeah, definitely Swiss Army
It's
Man.
it's surreal, but also like there's heart behind it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
The first time we watched this, I thought I was going to actually completely lose my shit laughing.
It brought us closer.
At the end, no, at the end, I know, spoiler alert, but at the end when they were sitting on the beach and they were
totally
like,
flipped.
she was gross,
She was
and they were
gross.
just,
Right?
she was really gross, and just talking about how disgusting she was, and I just was like, this is the
Very-
best thing ever.
Her
Pubes
vagina
were dry
hair
and
was
red.
dry like grass. What? The hell are we watching?
They just both hated her. All, yeah.
So fucking guys,
Yeah.
I don't know whether I should thank you or not yet.
Or curse you.
I'm still pretty fresh off this
Yeah.
thing. I still don't think I'm hungry.
I think you both liked it.
No,
Honestly,
no,
the people we've
oh, for
shown
sure.
it to,
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
like you guys enjoyed the ride.
Well,
at least.
one time, our friend Anthony was staying with us. Who's another?
Who's Anthony? Who's Anthony?
He came
By
here.
a
Remember,
drummer.
he hung with us, and you guys kept calling him Andrew.
He was just
Yeah,
quietly
I
in the background.
accidentally.
But
I'm
he-
sorry, Howie and Andrew.
Andrew Burrows, but he listens to every episode too.
Aw,
and
thanks, buddy.
But we made him watch it too, and I knew when we were all sitting watching it, he kind of like has this like deep internal chuckle where he goes like, and it's a good thing. But we were watching it, and he got up to get something, and he goes, "Hey, wait, can you guys pause it for a second?" And I
wow.
was like, "Okay." He wants us to actually pause it because when you don't like a movie, you
Yeah,
just
you're like,
get
no,
up.
it's fine.
No, just keep playing
Actually,
it.
we talked about
And I
that
was
on the
like,
show.
oh,
I'm gonna go pick
actually.
up a pizza. Just
20-minute
Yeah,
poop.
no, just
Didn't we
keep
talk about
this.
that already on the show? It's like if you introduce a movie to somebody and then they get to use the bathroom, we're like,
Checking
I pause
their
it,
phone.
and they'll go like, oh no, you don't
no,
have to.
yeah.
I'm like, you fucking sit down.
And you go take your shit and you come
Or
back.
You know what? Take your shit and leave.
Yeah, go
Like,
ahead.
oh, fine.
Yeah.
You mean you nothing. You're nothing. You're
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
You nothing.
I
nothing.
understand. I understand now.
If you don't appreciate Airbud, then get the fuck out.
But then the next day, Anthony was like, "I can't stop thinking about it." Like,
Yeah,
he that's
it
all he
It
said.
really shook him.
It was shocked.
No, I'm not
Pure
joking.
shock.
I've shuddered a few times thinking about some of those scenes. And
I won't be able to have a hot dog again without thinking of this movie.
But I'm just saying the community on the internet for this movie is wild. Like the people
No.
I mean, they are all people make action figures. There's like a Guess
There's
Who game.
There's a Guess Who game with all of them.
Oh my god. There's like
It's like
conventions.
$400.
We didn't even talk about. There's a fucking character called Oink that has a
yeah.
fucking
Oinker.
Oinker. Sorry. Oh, so sorry, Andrew.
Yeah, be respectful.
That he's missing a nose, and so he's got like this
Oh, God, I
crappy
can't even
paper
think about
mache
it.
nose that covers it, and they just treat him like, oh hey Oinker.
Yeah.
Which I think is the grossest part of the entire movie.
I can't
I don't
even
know
look
how
at
the
that.
fingernails and grease.
When he dips
So
his finger in
honestly,
the nose.
so there that part where he touches the nose.
Tell the viewers, the
well,
listeners.
they can experience
Yeah,
it.
honestly,
We've given
Yeah.
away everything
some
else.
things. Some things
things
are
you just
better
have to
left.
see.
But I think you can explain this whole movie and like
Yeah.
you don't
And you
even
still-
understand until you watch
Yeah.
it.
There's so many layers.
So there's a very disgusting part, and honestly, I knew it was. I knew it was coming. Right? You
Yeah.
could tell it was going to happen.
You knew what was under the nose?
I mean, I had assumed.
Oh,
right,
I didn't.
Wow.
that it was going to be.
It was a surprise.
That it was
to
going to
me.
be missing.
You did assume that?
I did.
didn't.
I really
Okay.
did. But then right after that, I go, great, they're gonna touch it. Like that's because that's what this fucking movie is. Not only they touch it,
can't even
they
think
dip a
about
finger in.
He's dead.
And then
And a
he-
dead body.
It's a dead body.
And so you're putting your finger in a dead body's orifice.
greasy finger into
Greasy.
open bloody
but
cavity.
Because my brain knew it was coming, I could totally brace for it. For some
I
reason, then
can't.
like fucking 45 minutes later, you got all jazz hands over here with
long fake
with long fake fingernails.
I'm
and he,
pretty
he
sure-
scoops up some grease and rubs it on his face, and I was like, ah.
I'm
Genuine
pretty sure
dry heat.
because
It's all
Big Ronnie
shaky.
talks about pasta so many times throughout the movie. I think those are long, curly pieces of pasta.
Oh, I'm sure.
glued
Yeah.
onto his fingers.
I'm sure there. I'm telling you right now, I don't know why, but it was just because I wasn't expecting it, wasn't braced for it.
Yeah.
And that's why it got me.
Yeah, and they always are
So good.
scraping it up off the floor and then eating it.
Also, he's collecting evidence. He did it in a fucking cigarette package.
Yeah.
Scooping grease into a cigarette package, then taking a butter knife and spreading it on toast, giving it to his father. And his father, like, this is delicious. And that's how he knew that his father was actually the Greasy Strangler.
That was the evidence.
Holy fucking mind blowing shit, guys.
Yeah, just
But-
I would say if you're feeling adventurous,
Oh,
if you feel like you can handle a lot,
I don't think you can. I don't think
No
you can.
children in the room.
It is-
no
It's
children.
it's a great first date film.
it is. So it's available
Something to
on
watch with your parents.
Amazon's Freevee, which
Hey,
is a free ad supported streaming service. So you can watch it that way, or you can rent it for what, $4? Was it?
Yeah.
It's on Amazon Prime with ads.
That's what I just
Yeah.
said. Amazon's Freevee. That's the word that
Oh,
I said a
freebie.
second ago.
Oh, no, I didn't realize it was freebie.
That's why I said Amazon before. I said that.
Do they really call it Amazon Freebie?
Quasi
Yes,
freebie?
it's called Freevee. It's
I've never seen the word freebie on my Amazon, though.
it was
Quasi.
literally on there when we were.
I didn't see that.
Anyway,
Dan's like, I
so
didn't see that shit.
if you feel bold enough, if you feel brave enough, if you have a strong enough stomach,
Or don't.
Or if you feel like you've seen every kind of
if
movie.
you're bored of Marvel shit, like just watch it. Just experience
yeah.
it.
yeah, if you want
if
to
you're that
feel
asshole
something in
who
your
complains about
loins,
Marvel
Do not,
movies.
and I mean this, do not be eating anything.
No.
I don't want to go that far.
I did what?
No, I think people should deserve to have a full experience.
Oh, seriously.
Have some vanilla pudding.
No!
A hot dog,
Some
Cottage
tapioca
cheese.
pudding.
hot dog, bacon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else would be?
Cheetos, puffy Cheetos.
That's fine. The dry stuff doesn't bother me, but you guys talk about that. It's just
But yeah, so if you feel brave, watch it and then let us know what you think on a Facebook post.
I
Comment about it, something like
dare
that.
you.
Send us an email.
double dog dare. you
Write
watch
us a
this.
letter. Put it in a greeting card, something like that.
Write it in Greece.
Oh yeah.
Like if somebody's in Greece, the country.
Yeah, write us from Greece. Holy fucking shit, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
I guess. Yeah.
I'm just glad that you guys are still talking to us.
Yeah.
Well,
because-
you're never going to be bullshit artists to me.
Right. It's true.
I feel like you should explain why we wanted to do this and what your vision for the podcast was going to be, how that was going to play
I was
out.
picturing that we would have like all of the. So when I was like, oh my gosh, we have to have Ben and Brad watch this and then have everything set up, not say a word.
Before we watch it,
Yeah.
do like an intro.
Just watch it and then come and sit and just start the podcast. And then I just pictured us all just like being like, what the fuck? Like just laughing our asses off and then just being like, you guys are the worst. Like just,
Yeah. No, I felt all those emotions.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the podcast, guys. We did it.
So yeah, the Greasy
broke it.
Strangler.
The Greasy Strangler.
Do whatever
If
you
you
think
want-
is yeah.
I'm actually quite shocked that this hasn't gotten. I know it has a cult following, but I can't
needs
believe it
a
hasn't a
bigger
bigger
Yeah.
following than it does. Just because it's so odd.
It's
I think it's
really
probably
crass
hard.
and
Yeah, I think it's
disgusting.
probably hard for it because of how gross it is and how graphic it is.
People are
what do
probably
you
like,
think
no.
it says about us that we like it?
You've just seen a lot of shit.
I think we've
Yeah, you're
just
just-
seen so many.
Yeah,
movies,
exactly.
And we've also seen some shit. So
I'm not mad I watched it whatsoever. I'm glad that I did just because just knowing stuff like that is out there and artists are making weird shit.
Yeah.
That's still pretty fucking cool.
and movies like that, like. I even like these old kind of avant-garde movies that we watched and stuff.
Like what? Say it.
No, I always say names wrong and it embarrasses
Say
me.
it,
No,
Dan. Who is it?
Ingram
She's-
Bergman.
Ingmar.
She always calls it
I can't.
Ingrid Berkmar.
Ingy Bingy.
But I'm just saying, I always think it's amazing that when people have vision like that, they can gather a team of people.
I mean, because that movie costs a lot of money to make. I mean,
Right.
that wasn't like a cheap thing to
for
do.
sure. And then
Holy
like
shit.
that many people can be on board
Yeah.
with a vision
And
like that
the
and
music.
understand.
Let's before we wrap it, talk
yeah.
about the music.
Bum,
The
bum, bum,
hauntology?
bum, bum,
Yeah.
bum.
Yeah, I looked up the soundtrack to it and then I went down a rabbit hole of that genre and there's like this weird genre music called hauntology. And I guess that Greasy Strangler electronic
Dun, 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 dun,
Because it kind of sounds like a circus.
like weird
it's
circus
like
music.
creepy,
Yeah.
and then it's like it's
It's
supposed
also-
to be
there's-
Atonal, but it's also just like
They also
Plotting
have.
and-
It seemed like almost like house music at a certain point too. That's very high, like a high.
Some
pitch-
electronic
Which
stuff.
is
Yeah.
hilarious if you think about it, because there's nothing that resembles disco even
right,
at all.
Right. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the best part.
Yeah.
What they do for a fucking living.
They run a disco
They run a
tour.
disco tour in which they wear
They just make shit up.
sequiny,
Matching.
Clearly.
purple, terrible outfits.
Well,
Yeah.
pink, like hot
They-
pink.
Like
Hot pink turtlenecks.
and they walk these strangers to like just
Convenience
shitty.
stores.
And we're like, oh yeah, do you know the Bee Gees? This is where they came up with the idea for that song.
Yeah, like Cool from Cool in the Gang used to live in that apartment up there.
And then these people look
Professional-
up, and then it's cut.
Professional bullshit artists.
Yeah.
Yes, they are professional.
that's what they
bullshit.
do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, check out the Greasy Strangler or don't. It's completely up to you. If
We're
you
not
wanna-
responsible.
We are not responsible
I'm
for any of that. Dan and Roni Skubal are.
Dan's email is no.
I'm gonna guess it's Dan_69Skubal at
Yeah.
hotmail.net.
It's ropes.
All about the ropes.
All
at
about the
yahoo.com.
Yeah.
Yahoo.com. Yahoo.com.
With a question mark.
.com. .com.
Why isn't that
That should be
A
how you get
website
to access.
extension.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
You
Yeah.
just go to Pornhub.com.
Yeah, I guarantee you, like the owners of Pornhub probably have their emails.com.
Thick ropes of. Stop it!
Oh
Stop
my
it!
God.
All right. Anyway, trailer time.
Yeah.
We now resume your
Oh,
regular
yeah.
Regularly
podcast.
scheduled
Yeah.
trailer time.
Yeah.
Brad, do you want to do a little jaunty little trailer time? Trailer time. Let's start the trailer.
If you can't see Ben,
I like
he's
that
doing
theme
the
song.
required
Yeah, he's like
dance.
he's like
you
shimmying
do
his
have
arms.
to shimmy your arms, like punching this guy, like
Yeah, or like a
a train conductor.
Yeah.
a robot jerking two dicks.
Yeah. Vertical dicks.
vertical disc.
That's what Quasimoto does.
Yep. Quasimoto. All right. We watched a trailer for White Men Can't Jump. We saw the teaser trailer earlier, but this is the second trailer they've released. Dan and Ronnie have never seen the original with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson.
Yeah,
and
we
Rosa-
discovered
Yeah,
that-
after we're just bragging
Rosa
about
Perez.
how we've seen so many movies.
Yeah, what the fuck, guys? Why haven't you watched White Men Can't Jump?
So-
it just slipped through the. We hadn't seen Kingpin either.
through the lens
Is
of
it
that.
you have a
though-
problem with Woody Harrelson?
We've seen Dino
I
King.
love Woody Harrelson.
So
love him.
through the lens of
Did you say
that, though,
Dino King?
It just came on the
Oh
other
my
day.
God.
What is Dino
wait,
King?
I don't know. It was so
No, this is
Well, how are you-
tangent.
wait, how are you
This is way
sourcing
too
your
much of a
films?
tangent.
we just browse.
What?
Yeah,
though?
but- yeah, what do you-
okay, listen, Dan Ronnie, I browse with Bailey every night, and we browse horror and we browse horror comedy. I have never come across the Greasy Strangler. So
we broke the
how?
algorithm on everything.
I don't know.
We're
Well,
watching
and it's
Coco
because
Melon. We're
I know,
watching
I can't
Dino
with Coco
King,
Melon.
Greasy Strangler.
Yeah, it's like, what have you watched lately? Coco Melon. Yeah.
That's a kid's show.
Yeah, we have,
Oh, gotcha.
It's terrible.
So, as I was saying, through the lens of not seeing the first one,
Yeah.
what do you think about this trailer? Does this interest you at all?
It made me chuckle. I
Yeah.
thought it looked funny.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
but
thought
it looks like it's all that banter, and
Right.
that's the humor.
Yeah, like-
right,
that's
and
all
that'll get
it has
old.
to offer.
That'll get old pretty quickly.
Like, you look like you go to Whole Foods.
But the ear gag, that made me laugh out loud. I was like, okay, that's good.
Fair
I'm
enough.
in.
Bradford, what do you think?
So I love the original White Men Can't Jump, which came out in 1992. Like you said, Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson.
And it made how much money? $72 million in 1992.
Yeah, which is a big comedy hit back in those days. And it would probably be a big hit if it made that much money today.
Honestly.
But yeah, it's a basketball comedy. It's about these two guys who are big street ballers, and Woody Harrelson is obviously a white guy, and he uses that to his benefit because a lot of the black players who play on the streets of Los Angeles just assume that he's kind of this schlub, whatever, can't play, but he's actually really good. And so him and Wesley Snipes end up teaming up and hustling a lot of people on the streets, winning some money and that kind of thing. And it's just this great, story of both basketball and like the friendship these guys have, which gets kind of complicated. And Rosie Perez is in it as Woody Harrelson's love interest, and it's
They
very
both
good.
fall in love with the same woman, and
But so
And then
Cover
they
themselves in
they
grease.
grease each other up and they have
Yeah.
to kill her.
so it's funny that you mentioned the banter in the new one, because the banter in the original is actually a big part of the draw, because the insults that they sling at each other are hilarious. And honestly, to me, the writing in this trailer does not feel up to snuff or on par with how good the writing was in the original.
No, it doesn't. And trailers are meant to give you a glimpse of what's to come, but also a lot of times you quote unquote spoil things because they try to give you a kind of a really big laugh in the trailer.
Yeah.
Do you think
it
they're
was
saving
funny.
all the good stuff though?
No, that's not how that
I
works.
feel like they're walking the...
I mean, and that sounded
Yeah.
so shitty for me to.
no.
No, Ronnie, that's not how that fucking works.
That's not how
But you
movies
do.
work.
But
No.
you usually give at least one or two of your
Right.
big ones
Yeah.
away.
You try to.
Yeah.
And so if that's
I
what
honestly
they tried
thought-
to do there,
Yeah.
oh boy.
I thought the joke in the first teaser was funnier because it was, and maybe it's just because it was a film joke, but it was about talking about Paul Thomas Anderson and stuff, and Spike Lee and stuff like that, and they had like a quick debate back and forth.
Well, yeah, that was because it was a film joke for you.
I don't know. I think it's pretty funny. But yeah, there was nothing in this that felt like it was like laugh out loud funny to me.
I'm still gonna watch
I feel
it.
like it's social climate though, like keeping that from being, because every comedian like talks about how difficult it is to touch anything racial in comedy because you're gonna get attacked. Like I could see that being a hindrance in while they were writing this, that they didn't want to.
or they haven't broached that in
Get
the
too
trailer,
deep.
but they will in the
Yeah,
in the
maybe.
movie.
Yeah,
At the same time, I don't think Jack Harlow is all that great.
He's a musician. He's a rapper, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't try to get an actor that could maybe play basketball.
Hey, you know who else was a rapper? Will Smith.
Should he have played the role of?
I would have
Jack
loved if
Harlow?
he played Jack Harlow's role.
just two black guys.
He'd
Yeah.
just be slapping everybody.
Oh no!
Pass me the Chris Rock.
But that's funny. But no, and so, I don't know. I just don't really think he's that great in this, and so yeah, I
It's
don't
it's
know.
whatever.
I was more interested before I saw the trailer. Now I'm just like, oh, okay, kind of took the wind out of my sails.
and it was a Hulu release.
yeah, it's gonna be on Hulu.
Yeah,
I honestly was just like interested in looking at all the fashion. I was like, oh, they're cute.
Cool ballers.
It's cool.
baller.
Look at this cool sweatshirt and shorts.
I know.
Wonder if they
No.
rent their shoes.
That's a
Very
Greasy
good
Strangler
shoes.
joke.
Yeah.
Oh, Oinker.
I'm renting my shoes.
R.I.P.
and I'm
Oinker.
loving
P.I.G.
it.
Oinker. Peter Pan and Wendy.
Peter Pan and Wendy.
That's the other trailer we watched.
Guys, I don't know. They haven't done Peter Pan before.
Pass.
I'm glad they finally
Okay, did you say
adapted it.
that?
Pass.
I'm pass on that
Who
I'm into it.
cares?
Thank you.
Same.
No, thank you, Dan.
No, fuck you two.
No,
Ronnie and I were
I
here
am
saying like,
so who
I've seen
cares?
19 of these movies now.
Like,
What is
could-
the standard Peter Pan for you? Is it Hook?
Oh my god.
I mean,
Hook's not the straight
Hook
up
is
Peter
my
Pan
favorite.
story,
It's
though.
not.
Yeah.
But not,
no, Hook
like,
is my
this
favorite
takes
Peter Pan
liberties.
adaptation.
You know,
Hook, I think, is the best thing that has ever come out of the Peter Pan story. I appreciated the Disney animated one when I was younger.
Yeah.
I didn't like the one that came out in 2003, I think.
I think my favorite one was Neverland. The documentary.
About Michael
Finding-
Jackson.
Yeah.
Finding Neverland.
Oh shit! I
Yeah.
fucked up that
Or
joke.
Return to Neverland.
It would have
or
been.
whatever
It would have
it's
been
called.
way better.
No, I
if you guys
remember
would've
I
got that
saw-
joke.
I never saw the. Was it Ben Zeitlin who did the Beasts of the Southern Wild?
Oh, yeah, he did one called Wendy. That's
I
right.
never got
I haven't
to
seen
see
that
that.
yet
See,
either.
it's like there's so
I'm
many.
And there
sure
was
that
one.
one's great.
There was one called Pan with Hugh Jackman as Captain Hook.
And then wasn't there one
That was
with
critically
like
panned.
wasn't there one with
Shut up, Ben.
There was like a realistic one with Johnny Depp about writing it.
Well,
or
that's just Finding Neverland. That's
Right,
that's
but
the story
still,
of
it's
Jim Barry
another
and how he
thing.
wrote the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, I like the look of this one because it kind of feels like a fantastical Pirates of the
Pass.
Caribbean approach
Pass,
to
pass.
Peter Pan. And I also I think I mentioned this previously on the podcast, whether it was when we talked about the D23 trailer or just mentioning it offhanded. But this is directed by
Man, they're still making Mighty Ducks.
that would be great. It's directed by David Lowery, who wrote Pete's Dragon, which I think is the only remake that Disney has done of their own movies that has actually worked supremely well. Because it feels like a nature-driven E.T. kind of movie, and I really like that. I think you would like it a lot, Dan. Actually, if you haven't seen the new Pete's Dragon yet.
I just think
don't think
that
I've seen
the like with Ben saying pass, like I just felt so bored. It's beautiful and it's great, but it's just been so done. Like everything about being like, there's a child's voice whispering like, "And we will never grow up," and just stuff like that with like sparkly letters and
But
like.
isn't that in the original story? Like,
I'm
Exactly.
just
But
saying,
I've heard
it's
it a
just.
thousand
I know
times
it's like.
by now.
and
I
it's
will
like-
say I thought the same thing until I saw the trailer. Then I was like, oh, you know what? I think this actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I feel the same about Peter Pan as I do about King Arthur and what's the other one that they always do all the time? Robin Hood.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Fucking Spider-Man. No, Robin Hood. Robin Hood. I don't need another Robin Hood
Yeah,
movie. I don't
Robin
need a
Hood.
fucking King Arthur movie. But yeah, so I've often felt like that about Peter Pan, but I did think this one looked pretty good. So I'll give it a shot. It's coming out on Disney Plus. So
Let us know. Let Ronnie and I know how it.
We'll watch
get
it.
together.
Yeah, me and Dan are gonna watch it.
We're
and
gonna
then-
be over here watching Greasy Strangler again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm gonna sign Peter Pan and Wendy to you.
Oh,
so
God, why would you do that?
because I fucking hate your guts.
Oh, wow, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my greasy hot dogs inside.
Oh.
Well, we have been watching that Tinkerbell. Like, is it a show?
Is it an animated series?
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
It was a
She
couple,
just stumbled
couple
on
years
it.
old.
Like computer
Yeah.
animated, right?
Yeah, it's just like
I think I've seen,
Tinkerbell
yeah.
with her community, but she's kind of a dick.
Well, she seems kind of bratty in the
Yeah.
Disney movie and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
So-
like a whole world built up around they
they like
fairies. There's
choose
like boy
their
fairies
weapon
and
and
girl
stuff.
fairies and
Okay.
yeah, it's
I don't
weird.
know.
Huh.
I've
Our
only
daughter
caught-
likes it.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
she's like, watch this for a second. So
What do you think the worst thing you've seen because of your daughter is?
Coco Melon.
yeah, for sure.
That's the worst?
No,
Just like it's objectively bad.
There's a lot of things we don't put on because we know she'll like Blippi. If you know about
yeah, we
Blippi.
won't put that
I don't
on.
know what
what that
Blippi
is.
is.
One
It's-
thing, I mean,
it's like Steve from Blue's Clues on all the drugs.
yeah,
Oh.
and kids are like addicted to that show, and we're really good about not giving her screens, so we're really proud of that. She's like not a YouTube kid, but she loves this Coco Melon show, and then there's a show exactly like it that Netflix made, also called Little Angel that she loves, and it's just we're really trying to limit that, but
They phone it. They've got like 6 nursery rhymes, and they take the melody of those
song
6
and
songs
just repeat
and
it.
just change the lyrics to whatever they want to talk
and
about.
she just likes
Here
it.
comes Coco Melon.
Basically.
He's
No, it's
got
like
a broom for sweeping.
London Bridge and Wheels on
Yeah.
the Bus go round and round.
Coco
but they like-
Melon falling down.
But-
That- you can't,
Wait,
you know, they changed the
falling
lyrics. They
down.
Right.
changed them.
Coco Melon
Is here to
falling.
play. Here to play.
Let's
Heaven
kiss softly.
on my sweet cherry
Cherry
lips.
juicy
But like
lips.
any parents listening out there, like, man, fuck that dad on Coco Melon. He is so creepy. He's the worst.
Why is he creepy?
Because he just like doesn't blink and he's like,
Animated?
yeah.
Okay.
He's a vampire.
Because if it was not, that sounded really
He's a
aggressive.
vampire.
Oh, and then just anytime they're talking, they're always like,
Yeah, and then the baby giggles. and-
It's just constant sound.
yeah.
But we have been introducing
What,
her
you
to
like my
old
baby?
school.
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers, like we started Mr. Rogers and she freaking loves it.
I love that very much.
Oh no, and Elmo needs to take it down a notch.
No, Emma, good.
What's
Oh,
wrong
God.
with Elmo?
Elmo's fine, but he does need to like calm his shit down a
He's
little bit.
fine.
Sesame Street went
Why,
all
Miss
in
Ryan?
on Elmo.
Elmo's young.
Emma, doesn't-
You said that like
Yeah,
lustfully.
so creepy.
Elmo's young.
Emma doesn't want to be alone with Brad.
Yeah, but Elmo's always screaming.
Emma talked to Brad about put a hand up him, but he's okay. Emma's sad.
That's. I think she were worried about Kevin Clash, probably.
Yeah. A little bit scared of Kevin Clash.
Oh my gosh, we did watch. We have watched all through the old Sesame Streets, and she loved those. But there was this one. Sesame Street used to be a long storyline. Did you know that?
That like they had it was an episode to episode
Yes.
arcs.
Like there were things happening. Like
Minor
one time,
arcs.
this big storm was going to come, and they were preparing for it.
Like
multiple
a
episodes.
Hurricane
Oh, wow.
over like
and then
5
and the
episodes.
next week, one of the puppets died.
No, but
No,
for
but-
real, like Big Bird's nest was completely destroyed, and he
She
was
got into it. She was
devastated.
crying.
And I cried from it because there was this whole thing about friendship and how all his friends rebuilt his nest, and it was so wonderful. And like when his nest was destroyed, he kept going, "My nest."
My home.
My home, and it made me so sad. And Dan used to just blindside me all the time and just go, "My nest, my home," and I'd be like, "Shut the fuck up right now! I can't handle this."
Well, I mean, Sesame
Oscar
Street.
was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
and they did a.
cigarettes.
like 2 of them got married. Like 2 of the people got married on it, and
I'm
it was
only
like them
grudging 'cause
preparing
I'm
for their
going-
wedding. It was so sweet, and I loved that whole
That's
era
right.
of.
And you were
Sesame
into
Street.
the wedding too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They had an episode from the old days when one of the live action actors died, and
Yep.
they had the character
Yeah,
die on the show.
uh-huh.
Was it
And dealt
Mr.
with death.
Hooper?
It was all about grief.
I think
Yep.
I think it was Mr. Hooper. Was it Mr. Hooper?
The grocery store.
Yeah.
owner?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, uh-huh.
It's fucking brutal.
So
Mr.
but it's
Rogers
so
did that
good.
too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did some sad
It's like a
stuff. But
similar
Yeah.
deal.
have you guys seen Street Gang, the documentary about Sesame Street?
No.
It's really good.
Oh, we should
they
watch
just they follow just the origins and like
Well, you
talk
don't want
about
to cry, Ronnie. I wouldn't watch it.
Oh boy.
no for real because like they do like they just remind you how great Sesame Street is.
Yeah.
Like there's they show some of the great moments and just
But
how lovely it is.
It's just wild to see how entertainment for little ones has changed, because if you watch it from the late 70s, early 80s like that, the pacing and it's just like quiet, calm conversation.
Yeah.
And the kids are just natural. And then now everything is like, like it just has to keep
kids!
attention.
It's Jar Jar Binks.
And
you want some fruit snacks? Good.
Exactly, but it's just,
All about the ropes. All about the ropes. No, that's
even
good.
just having it on in the background is like, it makes you feel anxiety.
rope monster.
But the old
Oh
stuff is
no!
like nice. You
Yeah.
know, it's like
You
calming
saved
and
the rope monster.
oh god.
Oh,
But
me ropes.
yeah, she's.
I need thick ropes.
But I'd say
I live next to Oscar in more of a cum dumpster.
Sesame Skeet.
Oh. Yuck, guys.
they're the worst.
Yeah. This is,
you're the one that said the phrase, and I was disgusted by it. But now the Greasy Strangler has broken me, and so now I'm saying things like "cum dumpster," and I have no hint of shame when I say
No.
those words.
That's like PG compared to.
Yep, no,
yeah.
that's fine now.
that's true.
What
Yeah.
is the rating of Greasy Strangler?
It's gotta
It's
be.
gotta be
R.
X.
Just
Yeah.
R?
X?
Yeah.
No way.
X is like genuine porn where like you see penetration.
Yeah.
and
Well, they
stuff.
weren't.
There's nose penetration.
No, because you never,
Oh,
you never see like any of that. Like there's just plenty of dicks, but you know.
Yeah.
Maybe you and I were watching the wrong movie.
I don't know if it's like less offensive if it's it's a fake penis or like if it was his real penis, if that would be worse.
Well, I have a question for you guys. Like, what moment in this movie when you started watching it did you understand like what the fuck you were watching? Like, were you like, okay, I understand how bizarre this is. Like, did you?
I mean, from the opening scene where he wakes up his dad in bed and they have a very awkward conversation. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, this is going to be fucking weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
You know
I think
that,
when
right?
I truly understood how weird it was going to get is the first time you see the Greasy Strangler.
The vending machine.
and
Okay.
and he punches one of the guys in the face, like
And
squishes
it
in.
smushes
Like,
in.
yeah.
That, you knew what you were in for from then on out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think the first time I laughed the hardest was with the first car wash scene.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I was on board from then on.
When his
So good.
giant penis is revealed. And
That's so. If you try to buy the soundtrack on vinyl, the
Wait a
wide
minute, wait a minute.
shot-
Hold on. I love the fact that you're like,
No, I've looked.
because of
It's like
course you have.
$300 on
Listen,
eBay.
By the way, if you try to buy the soundtrack on vinyl, as I'm sure you are want to do,
I'm just saying, if you have an extra copy out there and want to send it to the show, we'll take it off. It's the wide shot of him with his junk out, standing in the
God.
car wash.
Oh my God,
It's so
it's
good.
perfect.
and
I
just
love
the air blowing on him and it's like flapping around.
Yeah.
Oh, but there was this in the,
So anyway, enough about Big Bird.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But there's a commentary about like the director was like trying to like push Big Ronnie's penis everywhere, but he was accidentally like grabbing his real penis.
oh God.
And he was just like moving.
Were we
it.
still talking about the Peter Pan trailer?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No, because we shifted into Sesame Street
Yeah.
after. Yeah. So
Anyway,
Yeah,
Pan
but- yeah.
pass.
Yeah, for real. Like I'll probably
see it.
end up
Yeah.
seeing it because we'll probably show our kid, and I bet she'll like it. But,
I'm sure.
And it's not the worst thing.
I think it'll be good.
alright.
I think
what's the best thing that you think that you've watched because of your kid
Um.
that you wouldn't have normally watched?
Well, I mean, she loves some of the old movies I loved when I was
Lot
a
of
kid.
musicals.
Like she loves
Yeah.
1982's Annie, and I'm so glad because I loved that movie as a kid. And Sound of Music she loves, and Wizard
but
of Oz.
I mean stuff
Oh, like new,
like
like
kid
something
shows
that I was
you
introduced
never
to?
would have watched. Yeah.
Like what? Oh, those Number Bots show. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Storybots and Number Blocks are two.
Yeah. But I'm
Netflix
trying to think
shows.
of like a movie she's watched that she's like, yeah.
This is also like
Oh, Santa Paws.
Oh, fuck that shit.
It's got the mom from the
Goldbergs.
Goldbergs.
Yeah.
And it's an
Wendy,
Annie ripoff.
Wendy
early-
McClendon Covey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just we looked this up after because I saw part of it when you guys were watching. I came over around
Oh, yeah,
Christmas
that's
time.
Christmas time.
And it was literally just before she got big because of Bridesmaids. So
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
But it's like she's like the head of this orphanage, and like all these little girls are at this orphanage, and there's this magical puppy that Santa has, and it can talk, and she was obsessed with it, and it was
She still wants to watch it.
terrible.
And
yeah, and we're
we
like,
just lied to her
Christmas
and said
movies
that
aren't around
Netflix-
right now.
yeah, they
took off.
don't play those.
They don't play
Or
them.
Disney Plus took off all
They only
the
come
Christmas
around one
movies.
year and
For
then
real,
they're
we're
gone.
like they're gone, and then but it'll be on the menu. She's like, "There's Santa Paws right there." And we're like, "It doesn't work."
Yeah.
And she refused to watch the second one.
Yeah.
It was only the first one.
yeah.
Wow.
Um,
Second one didn't have a good enough story.
I guess I don't know.
Oh, she loves the Little Mermaid live, like with Queen Latifah.
Oh yeah, and
Wow.
what's
yeah,
the other
that
live
was
one?
good. Oh, Encanto live.
Encanto Live.
Oh, I haven't even seen that yet.
Yeah.
Didn't
that's
they did
pretty
Peter
good.
Pan live, didn't they?
Yeah, but that was different.
That was like from NBC.
Yeah.
I might have gotten high and watched that.
Yeah,
We
that
did-
was
we
like
did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We actually had weed infused frosting on brownies.
really.
Oh, that's right. We watched that live on NBC. I came over to Brad's house specifically to do this
Yeah.
some years
And
back.
watch Peter Pan.
And watch Peter Pan
calendar.
high.
With Christopher Walken as Captain Hook.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah.
I remember
Oh
watching
my
And then Brad was like,
God.
I have to live tweet this for work. And I was like, I have to live tweet this for fun.
That's
I think I had to live tweet it for work.
I think you lied to me.
I think I just did live tweet it.
I mean, it was was it 2 years ago that she liked the Red Panda movie?
Turning red.
Yeah, we've seen that movie a lot
Lot
because
of
she
times.
liked it. In fact, we know
She
all
cooled
the
off
boy
with
band
that one.
songs because of it. I never met nobody. Like,
Five Town.
yes.
Is that a real one?
That's the name of the band.
Four
Town.
Town.
Four
but
Town.
it's-
Four
but there's
Town. But there are
five
five of them.
members.
And that's
And-
the
Wait, what?
And,
you
that's
can't
the
tell
joke.
this is.
the boy band in the movie
In
is
the
called
movie,
Four
in the movie.
Town.
Gotcha,
And but there's five of them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They're like in sync and Backstreet
And the
Boys and
guy,
stuff.
Billie Eilish's brother, what's his name?
Phineas.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wrote all those songs.
And they're catchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty good.
Well, the eyelashes are very talented
eyelash.
people. The eyelashes are very
Eyelash.
talented people,
Yes. But yeah, I can't think of a movie that she's like, I want to watch this. And
except for Santa Paws,
yeah.
which doesn't exist outside of December 25th.
Yeah, no,
Right.
it ends.
Sorry, hon.
Ends quick. Oh, you know what? Snowy Day, the Amazon animated Snowy Day.
Because she loves that book.
is
And
real cute.
that movie is adorable.
Okay.
We
and
went from
Boys
Greasy
to Men
Strangler
sing
to
in it. It's
the
really
Heart
cute.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like, it's like all these guys who like he's just on their block having a day.
I'll make love to
No,
Yeah.
no. At the
But it all takes
end
place Christmas
of
Eve.
The
Yeah.
driveway,
So it's really sweet.
I'll shovel snow for you.
I'll pack snow so tight, baby, all through the night.
I'll shovel snow for you, like you want me to. I can't do it. Okay.
And I'll never melt snow until you tell me to.
I could listen to that. Just keep going. Just keep going.
What we should do is we should come up with a Christmas album
Like
that
just all takeoffs of Boys to Men songs.
yeah, but we'll change the
But
lyrics
it's
to be
just-
holiday themed.
yeah.
Didn't
yeah.
Boys to Men do a Christmas album?
Yeah, but
but
not
we'll
like
do it
this.
not like
Not
this,
like
though.
this. Yeah, they sing real Christmas songs, and fuck that noise. There's plenty of fucking albums out there that just remake Christmas
Yeah.
songs. We're gonna take Christmas songs or a regular song, just put snow in the lyrics, and
Yeah.
there will be new Christmas songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ba what the snow, dingy dingy. I'm gonna redo it for Kid Rock and actually donate the proceeds to Bud Light.
Ooh, bold.
Bold strategy.
See what you
if
did
it pays
there.
off. All right.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Do we
Keep
want
on snowing, baby. You know what time it is.
snowing,
Take a
snowing,
bomb, bomb,
snowing.
bomb.
No, it's keep snow blowing.
There you go. That's pretty good.
There we go.
Yeah, I like that. We got a career
guys.
here.
We can do it.
We can do it.
Review. Odd Al. That's what I'm gonna call
Okay, you ruined
our
it.
band.
I wish
Odd
Nate was here.
Allen.
Obscure Albert.
Yeah.
All way better than Odd Al. I'm sorry, guys. Really sorry for my Odd Al comment.
Yeah, you should be.
Anyway, do we want to end with a quick game?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
No. I thought we could just do like a round of Last Man Standing.
Yeah, let's play a game.
Okay.
So the way that Last Man Standing works, we'll pick an actor or actress with a large body of work,
God.
I'm always so
and
bad.
all you have to
or,
do
a
is
or a filmmaker if you're feeling nasty.
well, let's keep it light here, Brad.
Well, these two like movies, so they, you know.
I might be better.
they
at
already
filmmaker
both said
than-
they're so terrible. Just the actor part of it.
Yeah.
That you want to do movies by a director. For
I'll
that?
bet you they would be better.
I don't know.
Either way, I don't
pretty
give a
bad
shit.
at this.
Ronnie,
one.
Ronnie, pick somebody with a large body of work who think you know a lot of titles. No pressure. We'll cut the
Like a director or something, or
no
an actor.
actress.
Because the way it works is all we'll do is like if you say Tom Cruise, then you'd say
Okay.
Top Gun, and he would say Cocktail, and we just go around until you can't come up with it anymore.
One by one, we'll have
Let
some
me
fun.
think of someone.
Bingo
we were
was his
just
name. Oh, Greasy Strangler. Greasy Strangler.
I can't think of anybody right now.
G-R-E-A.
Oh, Woody Harrelson. We've been talking about him a lot.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
All right, what's
Man.
name any Woody Harrelson movie?
Kingpin.
There you go.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Are we going clockwise?
Wonderful.
Clockwise?
Go for it, Brad.
Okay. The Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games Part 2. Mockingjay.
See,
Can we do shows too, or just?
It's just movie.
Just
Okay, I got you.
movies.
Okay.
Just
the film.
Okay.
Dan, in the interest
Go
of
flicks yourself,
having a
not
good
go
time,
show yourself.
I'm gonna be done in another round anyways.
yeah, I'll give that one to you. It's the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2.
Part 2.
But
Yes.
but you
know what? You got all the words there, and I feel like
Did I
that's.
choose someone with a
guys
too
are
small of a
giving
body?
me a
of
no,
work?
no, he's done a lot of stuff.
I think that it would be
Okay.
really funny if it was like, you know what? Parabellum 3 John Wick. Right? No, I will say white men can't jump.
Shit.
There you go.
Now I can't think of like anything. The Hunger Games 3.
Ooh.
No,
Now, see,
no,
that
I'm
one's
just
going to be
kidding.
a rough one. Now,
Wait, because he dies in the second one?
no, because so now, Ronnie, let
Wait,
me
hold on.
let me
I just need a minute.
hold on. Let me recap something.
Take
for
the
you.
format of
Dan said the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, which would imply.
I was too busy thinking.
But so I just said it again.
Blacked out.
I just said it again.
part
The
two-
title is the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, which would imply.
Mockingjay Part 3.
Oh boy.
No. Part 1. Mockingjay Part 1. I'm too flustered right now. I'm thinking. I'm blacking out.
What's that, Ronnie? Did you say the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1?
Yes, she did.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
okay.
Good job, Ronnie.
Thank you.
I'm going to say the Hunger Games Catching Fire.
Zombieland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
I will say.
I'm going to lose.
Ooh, was there an after colon for Zombieland 2?
There sure was.
Oh, I remember that.
Was it
Yeah.
Zombieland 2 Oops All Zombies? No, that's not it. I'll just say Rampart.
Great. That's a Woody Harrelson movie.
What
You
is
did it.
that? I don't even know what
He honestly, the only reason I know about that movie, he famously fucked up on Reddit. They were doing an Ask Me Anything in AMA, and typically the producers of that will get together with like your manager and say like, here's how it goes. People just really want to know nostalgic answers and real answers, and the more organic you sound, the better. But he was there to promote, and they always say like, what's your new movie or whatever. Every answer that he answered for like the first 5 was like, what's your favorite project you ever worked on? He's like, can I just say Rampart? I gotta say this new movie's great. And he really tried to steer it into like, I only want to promote the movie. And so they shit on him. I mean, people came out and were like, oh, Rampart. And I heard Rampart sucks. And it was just this whole shit show.
no.
That's all I know about is that Rampart,
Oh my
Rampart,
gosh.
Rampart. So
Rampart's actually decent.
yeah, good for him.
Yeah. Decent movie.
I'm trying to even think
Okay.
if he's done like a voiceover in an animated movie. I feel like he's been a fish or something like that.
That's exactly
I
where
feel
my
like he's
mind
been a
went.
fish.
Yeah.
Dude's a
in,
turtle.
Like,
He's
fish
definitely a
tail
turtle.
or something. Fish tail.
Shark
A
Tale?
Shark tail. Is
Was he in Shark Tale, Brad?
I don't think so.
Okay, Brad, you're up.
The People versus Larry Flint.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Isn't it Zombieland Double Tap?
Yes, it is,
Yeah,
Dan. Good
nice,
job.
nice.
Still in.
Money Train.
Oh, I see.
I'm
See what-
not playing anymore. I'm out.
Are you?
Because I said fish tail.
Oh, she did say Fishtail.
Yep.
That's right. That's a good point. That was wrong.
Good movie, but just he wasn't in it.
He was.
Good movie, though.
Fishtail?
It's not even a real movie.
Fishtail? Are you kidding me? I love Fishtail.
Fishtail is my favorite fucking movie about fishtails.
Yeah. Actually, you were thinking, so the Fishtail starring Harry Wooderson.
Oh, okay.
Waterson, like East Coast style? Like
Yep.
Water.
Harry Watterson is
Water-
Sam Watterson's brother.
Listen, I'm mispronouncing fucking everything today, so.
Quasi.
Quasi back over here just having a good time.
The Man from Toronto.
Yep, that's a good one.
I feel like you guys are making up movies.
No, it's not.
that's
It's a
very
Netflix
recent-
movie with
recent
Kevin
film.
Hart.
Very
Okay.
recent film.
Did we say Kingpin?
She did. She
Yeah,
started out with
first
Kingpin.
one
Yeah.
she said,
Sorry.
Yeah, first one.
I got nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing pumping
What
the
was
old
he in,
through
like
the old-
October Sky or something, probably?
No.
Oh.
That movie's
No,
That's
no,
a great movie.
no.
I got to pass.
Oh.
I'm out. I don't know.
He was in.
Silence.
Of the Lambs. Hello, Clarice. That was my impression of him.
Wow. Hi, Clarice.
Hi, Clarice.
I'll say The Champions.
There's another recent one. Yeah, good job on that. Gosh, Woody Harrelson was also in some other movies. And I wish I could remember a good amount of them.
You know who I should have said? I'll give you some time. I should have said Nicolas Cage because just to go on a tangent, we saw that new movie with him where he played himself, and that was fucking awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so
It's
funny.
great.
You're gonna kick yourself. I'm looking filmography.
Oh gosh.
Ooh. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's this game. That's what this game's all about.
Natural Born Killers.
Very nicely done. He was in Natural Born Killers.
I believe he was one of the Natural Born Killers.
He was. He was actually.
Ben, what else was Woody Harrelson in?
Austin Powers in Goldmember.
I'm just kicking myself.
I'm pretty
over
sure you're wrong, and I think that the cameo is in Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Because and actually the reason I know this is because that cameo actually kind of annoys me. Because in that movie, they go back to the past, and I think it's 1975, or maybe it's even 1969 or something like that, and someone recognizes Woody Harrelson because he's part of the line of the dick jokes, where it's like,
Well, that's why that's the cameo.
no, I know, but it's in a time when he was not famous yet for
He got
being
famous
Woody
in Cheers,
Harrelson,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, so
No one would be like Woody Harrelson. It's like no, because he's not famous in this point in time.
What about White Men Can't Jump?
That came out in 1992.
I said that.
Oh, he said it. Ben said it.
Oh yeah, he said it.
Being famous though.
No, this part in Austin Powers, it takes place in like the 70s.
Oh,
See, I thought
okay.
that part took
Okay.
place in
no,
the
it takes place in the 70s.
because they're doing the thing up in the sky though.
Yeah, but
when
it's
he's back.
It's not. It's the 70s.
Are you sure?
Because he's wearing like 70s clothing.
Okay, says you. I disagree.
Well, you're wrong.
Well, then I'm out.
Wow.
So I lose. Okay, so big Brad over here wins
Okay, Dan, what did we miss?
everything.
So,
Yeah, there's a lot. This year, Triangle of Sadness.
Oh,
Kicking
yeah.
myself on that.
Oh, that
He's so
was
good in
so
that.
good.
Isn't he in JFK?
I don't think he's
Everyone's in JFK.
I just guessed you.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh wow, yeah.
Duh.
Midway.
What was that?
The Highwaymen.
It's a war movie.
True Detective was another one. I was like, oh shit.
Well, that's a show.
No, that's a
Yeah,
show.
it's a show.
Oh, I thought it was any.
No, it's a
any-
show.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just gotta be a movie.
I forgot about
a
that.
film
Solo,
picture.
a Star Wars story.
Shit.
Whoa, yeah, that's a pretty big one.
3 Billboards.
Oh boy, yeah.
Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. That's where they are.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
War
where they
for
are.
the Planet of the Apes.
Fuck.
Yeah, we're idiots.
LBJ. Maybe that's what JFK.
LBJ, JFK, blown away. What else am I say? Hey, we watched Greasy Strangler. It was always really weird, and I gagged a lot.
All the ropes.
Brad, don't you dare.
Freebird was what you were thinking about.
Brad,
that he did an animated
don't
voice.
you-
Oh, the turkey movie.
Don't you dare
Damn
name
it.
this episode All Those Ropes. Don't you dare.
Why would you even say it if you didn't want me to do it?
Don't you dare.
Now You See Me.
Now you don't.
No, the movie.
I know.
Now You See Me Too.
Yeah.
2012.
Now you three me.
I remember
2012.
2012.
The
Ooh.
Messenger.
Yeah.
You guys,
Oh,
one
the
of
Me-
you said that, right?
No, he
No.
did Rampart, but
Okay.
the Messenger came out around the same time. That's also a good movie, though.
Semi-Pro.
Oh, no.
You
I'm,
love
yeah, it's
Semi-Pro.
one of my favorite movies. Fuck my life.
Idiot.
No Country for Old Men.
I forgot he's
I
even
know,
in
yeah, I
there.
forgot about that
yeah,
one,
I
yeah.
don't remember that.
Yeah, he plays Anton Chagrin.
I'd apologize to Woody
Mrs.
Harrelson, but he
Doubtfire?
was terrible on Saturday Night Live. So
Yeah, also
He's in Mrs. Doubtfire?
No, I'm just
Oh.
throwing it a curveball here.
It's like, who
he was in Rookie of the Year?
Anger Management.
he has a cameo in that.
Ed TV.
Mhm.
Well, Frasier
plays the TV.
Did you say
mean-
Frasier?
I think he's like a director. He's like the director of the show, right?
He's the producer, right? He walks.
Producer.
He's like, Ed, do more TV.
That's what.
Thin Red Line.
That's my favorite line in that movie.
It's a Truman Show.
Wag
The people.
Dog.
Wag the dog.
Oh, I forgot he was in that too. A lot of people were in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
The Cowboy Way. Fuck. I forgot.
yeah,
That
that's
would have
a-
been.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
the cowboy way, the cowboy way. Gonna take
Dan,
us off to the
Ronnie,
cowboy day.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you
And
for
thank
having
you
us.
for the cinematic adventure
experience.
that was the Greasy Strangler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna end this episode and have some creamy cocktails.
Ooh,
Yeah.
so
Liquid
creamy.
sex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be so good.
I'm gonna get over there and
What a
kiss you on your
smoothie.
juicy cherry red lips.
This room's full of smoothies.
Please,
This room's full of smoothies.
if you like this podcast, please rate us 5 stars on the Apple iTunes, the Apple Podcasts, whatever you have, Stitcher, Spotify, Wrangle-Dong, and
Rampart Audio.
Flickbeat. And yeah, it's just make sure you comment. Tell us what you like. comment on our Facebook page whenever we
Come
post
on our
about new episodes.
Whoa. Brad, I know
Come
we
on our
said
Facebook
come
page?
a lot this
Come
episode.
on our Facebook page.
We'll come all over your
All over it.
Ugh.
Please leave.
I'd
all
like to
about the
apologize for all the cum.
I want to
jokes,
see
guys.
ropes of it on our comment section.
No.
But yeah, make sure you tell your friends, subscribe. Hit that YouTube button, just smash it.
No, just stop.
And
just stop.
just love it.
You're fine, guys. Oh my God, Dan, Ronnie, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Nate, we miss you. We'll see you very soon. This was one of the weirdest episodes we've ever had, and I'm here for it. So thank you.
Stay greasy out there.
Stay greasy, my friends. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Nah, cheating, eh?